Oh, here we go again. Another Asian person who hates people for no reason, who calls people racist, who call it's not the first person of the year that is for Asian of descent that called people racist or said that people that are defending regimes. There was also the Mulan actor who she was literally defending people, a country called China, the Chinese government, who is basically trying to suppress people's freedom. This person, they hired her. Why did Marvel hire her if she hates Marvel so much? This is why Marvel is dying. Okay, why would you hire a person that hates a company so much? It's like if Disney hired me. I hate Disney for what they're doing right now. I'll probably ask for change in Disney, but I hate what Disney's decisions now. I actually don't really hate Disney as a company. I really hate modern Disney, who is trying to buy up every company. So why would I want to be hired? Why would I want to go to Disney say hire me? It's the same thing with this person calling the person who writes Marvel stories racist. And they hired her anyways. What kind of stupidness is this? She also written some stories, Arrow Wave stories. Does anyone really care? I never even heard of Arrow Wave stories before. I never even really heard of them. They're like some anime stuff. And it is what the whole thing is. He called him a racist after he written under a Japanese pen named Akira Yoshida. I know making up fake names is wrong, but this is just ridiculous. Okay, people change the names all the time. Okay, it's not a common thing. And if he's just probably just a weeaboo, so are all weeaboos racist? Okay. And then now to read a tweet. Wong wrote, "White privilege is positivity and literally yellow face. When on the Asian pursued to end authenticity to create your fake Asian stories to advance your career, gain the jobs racism and discrimination that Asian folks face every day." Well, actually, Asian folks are kind of discriminated against every day as well by North Korea. North Korea and affirmative action. Okay, actually, it's minorities that are discriminated more to Asian people. If you look at affirmative action, Asian people are suing schools because they're not being accepted because their scores are too high. Because the scores are too high on tests. And you're sitting here complaining about someone using a name that he made up. We should add, we've seen this before, boils down to racism and FU guy use of Akira Yoshida as anti-Asian racism. He just wants to appreciate the Asian culture. I don't know what's so racist about them. If this person is so offended, why don't he just visit North Korea, an actual Asian country that oppresses its own people? She probably won't change her mind about racism, but she'll probably change her mind about what oppression really is. If you really want to go to an Asian country that actually is oppressing its own citizens, there's a country called North Korea. There's a country called North Korea that exists. Okay, North Korea exists. Okay, North Korea exists. Okay, North Korea, you can be arrested for playing video games or watching movies that are not approved by North Kim Jong Un. Okay, you can be arrested for taking a poster off the wall. In America, you can be arrested for stealing, but you'll be sent to a labor camp for the rest of your life if you don't obey what Kim Jong Un tells you to do. Okay, that's how oppressive North Korea is. Or you can just go to the next door neighbor, China, who isn't that much better than North Korea. Okay, China bans stuff for ridiculous reasons. China bans movies for or look at China. China bans anything to do with homosexuality. In China, being gay is illegal in China. In China, because you know how communism is. Communism is oppressive towards minority groups. China has been oppressing minority groups for the longest time. Japan and South Korea, they don't do that. That's because so. But it's not wrong when Asian people oppress not Central American groups, Central Asian groups and around here, Tibetan, or how Chinese people suppress religious groups, or how Chinese people suppress people in Tibet, and Hong Kong for wanting freedom, and definitely China hates Muslims. People in, this is like right here, East Turkestan. China is putting those people in like camps and stuff like North Korea does. So yeah, you're complaining about someone using a name, but you're not gonna ignore what you probably go and praise what China is doing in Hong Kong, like the Mulan actress did. She did. And China has been oppressing people for a long time. Religious groups like North Korea, ethnic groups, the East Turkestan Uyghur peoples. Um, but this person's more worried about a name, someone changing his name. Anti-Asian racism and pressure to assimilate as diaspora and harm of cultural appropriation. Fear from Asian diaspora friends, because I get offended by everything. Well, no, how effed up this is, putting pressure and. But why did you there is a lot of Asian comic creators. Have you heard of a little thing called manga? Okay. Have you ever heard of a little thing called manga? I don't think you have heard because the manga is actually being Marvel. Okay, Marvel is being beaten by manga. Okay, there's actually a lot of Asian countries that actually do oppress their own people, but according to her, using an Asian name is oppressive. But she'll probably go and defend the Chinese government for beating up people on the streets for basically wanting freedom. Okay, people in Hong Kong want to live in a country, want to have freedom. Okay, they want to live in a society that does not tell them what they can and can't do. Okay, breaking into staying in the comics and but we'll hire a person who basically is calling people privileged and doing her and also she doing her own tweets as well. Around 5,000 of them at least. And why is Marvel hiring someone who hates his own company? I think she also called Stan Lee racist as well. Why are you hiring this person? If this was a perfect world, she would probably not be hired for anything. But we live in this world where the SJWs rule the world. Okay? And if she went to actual Asian countries, people were like, she's crazy. If like Japan or Korea or not North Korea or China, but Japan or South Korea, people will probably be looking at her, will probably be calling her crazy, okay? People will probably be calling her crazy now, because, in Japan, that stuff doesn't fly here. They write stories over politics. This person, writes, feminist garbage and Overwatch, which is basically, now it's become, pro-feminist and stuff, and all that stuff. Most of the characters being, minorities and DLC characters and stuff. I know the world is a big place, but it's come on, And also, Overwatch is a dead game, so why are we talking about Overwatch to begin with? And there's lots of prosperous Asian countries out there that uh, and there's no such thing as white privilege. White privilege is a myth, because if you look at the richest countries by GDP here, so the top 10 places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's that exclude Macau and Hong Kong? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So half of the top 10 richest countries on earth are in Asia: Qatar, Singapore, Brunei, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, are all Asian countries. Qatar, Singapore, well, Singapore is basically 80% Chinese people too. Brunei, United Arab Emirates, and Kuwait. Those are all Asian countries. Those are countries located in Asia. Okay, and we include Hong Kong and Macau as well. So that means Switzerland that means Switzerland will be in the list still. That means there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Asian countries, because Macau is in China. Macau is a city in China, so I don't see what. There's no white privilege here. Okay, if it was white privilege, it would be all European countries on the top. But you see here, the top four, 5 countries, 3 out of the 4 countries are located in Asia. No, 4 out of 5, not 3 out of 4. And 6 out of 10 are located in Asia. If we go into the top 15 here, which including Hong Kong and Macau, it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 15. Okay, 8 out of 15 countries. And if you exclude it, it'll be 6. Because Saudi Arabia is the only new country on the list. And top 20 is mostly European countries. Bahrain is here. But a lot of Asian countries are pretty high on the list, like Japan and South Korea. Which Japan actually has a lot of people compared to some of these countries on the list. Because this list is actually kind of more biased towards smaller countries. Okay, these are mostly smaller countries here. Switzerland has like 5 million people. United Arab Emirates has like 9 million people. Korea has like 2 million people or something like that. Oh no, Korea has 4.5 million people, not 2 million people. Canada has actually a lot of people, but Japan is similar to Japan has like 128 million people. 126 million people actually, not 128 million people. South Korea has like 50 million people too. So South Korea is actually one of the bigger countries on the list. South Korea actually has more people than Finland, Oman, Belgium, Canada, Bahrain, Denmark, Austria. Australia actually has less people than Sweden, Taiwan, Iceland. Saudi Arabia has like 4 million people. So Saudi Arabia, Netherlands, San Marino, and basically all the top 10. Including Macau and Hong Kong, of course, because the United States has less. If you exclude cities, it's not 9 out of 10 countries, because the United States has 340 million people, or something like that. Or if you look at the IQ list, okay, so IQ by country. The top list are all again all East Asian countries. I don't see where the white privilege is here. Of course, they are higher than all of Africa on here, because these are the blue countries are all countries with higher IQs by average, and all East Asian countries are here. Even North Korea is on here. Even North Korea, which is dark blue. North Korea, which is probably include South Korea as well. Korea, Taiwan, all these countries here, and all here. Only like here has like not is has lower average IQs. I'm just rambling. It's just basically pointless rambling right here. But you're getting the point here. The only country that is in the dark red is like Africa, and that's the only countries. And which, if you look at East Asia, East Asia and Singapore, East Asians are the smartest. I don't see what's and what was the white privilege here? The top like 6 countries are East Asian countries. And Mongolia is also pretty high for an Asian country as well. Mongolia is at 101. North Korea is not included on here. North Korea is like at like 102. So Thailand is much lower than here. Thailand is like down here or something like that. Thailand's at 91. Cambodia. I don't know why the Southeast Asia is much lower than the rest of Asia. Vietnam. Even these are actually still on par of, and actually South Asia is actually on par with the Balkans in terms of IQ on here. Kazakhstan's pretty high on the list. Let's know that Kazakhstan's at 94%. Um, Vietnam, Brunei, Malaysia. Where's Indonesia on this list? I gotta find Indonesia. You can see here, Indonesia's at 81. Myanmar, is at 81.7%. And there's no white privilege, but you can see here, right? There's no such thing as white privilege, and especially on IQ and GDP with TL. Make sure you like, subscribe, and goodbye.